When someone leaves you, they usually believe they made the right decision. They tell themselves they deserve more, that they can find someone better, and that life will improve without you. In their mind, leaving feels logical and justified. They expect a certain reaction from you after the breakup. They expect you to chase, to beg, to ask for explanations, or to fall apart emotionally. This reaction makes them feel important and powerful. It confirms that you needed them more than they needed you. What most people don't understand is that these reactions actually remove respect. When you chase someone who already chose to leave, you confirm every doubt they had about you. You show them that you depend on them emotionally. Instead of regret, they feel relief. They tell themselves they made the right choice because you proved you couldn't handle life without them. That's why the most important thing you can do after someone walks away is to stop chasing completely. No messages, no emotional explanations, no attempts to change their mind. Silence is not a trick. Silence is acceptance. When you don't react the way they expected, something interesting happens. Their confidence in their decision begins to weaken. They expected drama. They expected desperation. Instead, they get nothing. Many people believe that showing pain will create sympathy. They think that if the other person sees how hurt they are, regret will appear. In reality, public suffering does the opposite. When someone sees you crying, begging, or falling apart, they don't feel pulled back. They feel validated. They believe leaving was necessary. Emotional strength creates respect. Emotional collapse creates distance. This doesn't mean you shouldn't feel pain. Breakups hurt. They are supposed to hurt. But the key is where you release that pain. Process it privately. Talk to trusted friends. Write your thoughts down. Do not turn your emotions into something the other person can see. The moment your pain becomes visible to them, it stops working in your favor. Cutting contact is essential. This means removing their number, unfollowing or blocking them on social media, and eliminating every way to check on their life. Many people keep contact open because they want to feel close or keep hope alive, but hope keeps you stuck. As long as you can see what they're doing, part of your mind stays in the past. When contact is completely cut, two things happen. First, you begin to heal faster because your mind is no longer being reopened again and again. Second, the other person loses access to your emotional state. They can no longer see if you are struggling or waiting. This creates uncertainty. Uncertainty leads to reflection. It's important to understand how breakups usually work. When someone ends a relationship, they have already emotionally left long before the breakup conversation. That conversation is not the beginning, it is the end. Waiting for them to change their mind keeps you frozen. Accepting that it is over gives you clarity. Clarity gives you power. Once you stop hoping for reconciliation, your energy becomes available for something better. Instead of thinking about what went wrong, you begin focusing on what comes next. This is where real change begins. The goal is not to make someone jealous. The goal is to rebuild your life in a way that no longer depends on one person for happiness. Many people suffer deeply after breakups because they built their entire emotional world around one relationship. When it ends, they feel empty. The solution is not replacing that person immediately. The solution is building a full life, a life with goals, interests, friendships, and purpose. Start with your health. Take care of your body. Move more. Sleep better. Eat properly. Physical improvement changes how you feel about yourself, and how you feel about yourself changes how others see you. When your body becomes stronger, your mind follows. Next, focus on your daily structure. Create routines that give your day meaning. Wake up with intention. Fill your time with productive actions. When your days feel full, your mind stops returning to the past. Progress replaces obsession. Your work or studies matter more now than ever. Use the emotional energy from the breakup to improve your skills, your income, or your future stability. Many people discover that relationships distracted them from growth. When that distraction is gone, they advance faster than they ever expected. Your social life also needs rebuilding. Reconnect with friends, meet new people, join activities that put you around others naturally. Isolation makes pain stronger. Connection makes it manageable. You don't need to talk about the breakup. Just being around others reminds you that life continues. If you use social media, use it correctly. Do not disappear completely, and do not post emotional content. Share progress naturally. Experiences, travel, achievements, and time with others. Tell a quiet story. That story should show movement, not longing, improvement, not bitterness. Over time, something changes. The person who left expected you to struggle. They expected you to stay emotionally attached. When they eventually notice that your life continued and improved, it challenges their original belief. They start questioning their decision, not because you begged, but because you didn't. The deepest regret doesn't come from seeing you hurt. It comes from seeing that losing them did not stop you from becoming better. It comes from realizing they left someone who was growing, not declining. Eventually, the goal becomes indifference. When you no longer care whether they regret leaving, you have already won. At that point, your focus is no longer on the past. It is on the life you are building now, a life based on self-respect, direction, and purpose. Walking away from you only becomes a mistake when you turn pain into growth, not for revenge, not for validation, but because you chose to move forward instead of staying broken, and that choice changes everything.